I'm gonna ask Brother Mike to lead us in a word of prayer, and we're gonna do the pledge.
Would you bow your heads this morning? Gracious Heavenly Father, we approach your throne one more time this morning. I ask you, God, just to be with us as we conduct the affairs of our county, to let us do it to our utmost ability, God, and integrity in everything that we do. We ask you, God, to bless our nation. We ask you to bless our state. God, just touch those in the hill country as they're still gathering, God, and searching for these loved ones that are still missing. And I ask you, God, to bless our county. And God, let us be pleasing in your sight. And we give you praise, honor, and glory for everything. Amen.
Amen. Join me in the pledge to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Danny is not here today. He had to be in a meeting. So we're gonna go right on into business. And we have public forum, and Gary, if you'd like to address the court.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you come on there, Peter.
Sure. We have just about finished our certified road, and we are looking at a freeze adjusted taxable of $1,200,336,607, which is an increase of $30,924,202, which is a 2.64% increase over last year's value. That's about it.
Does the court have any questions for?
Yeah, about how much more money do you expect to get this year on that increase?
It is strictly an estimate because we're not quite there yet. There are numbers that are still out that we do not have, but we are anticipating somewhere around 250,000.
That's
More than we got last year.
More, yeah.
with the same tax rate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's an estimate.
Yes, we understand.
That's not,
Sorry.
that's not adding 3.5%, correct? That's gonna be.
That is not adding 3.5%. That, yeah, that's what I thought. That would be adding to 3.5%.
3.5% increase.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
James, with your expertise on calculating, if we didn't add 3.5%, what do y'all think?
So if you didn't add 3.5% with the new value that's sitting out there right now, you're probably looking somewhere around 200,000. So if you wanted to safely use it.
And we know this rough numbers, you just got.
This is rough numbers, yes, sir. We'll know more here in a few weeks. So.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you,
Yes,
Gary.
sir.
Thank y'all for being here.
Being here for sure.
Next item is approval of the minutes of July the 8th, 25 regular session.
Well, I read through the minutes. I didn't find any discrepancies. If no one else has, I move its adoption.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? You start first. Next item is discussion and action on personal action form. Looks like we got a suitcase over here.
You're correct, sir.
Okay, go ahead,
Good morning. Yes, you're exactly right. We've got quite a bit of changes here. We've got some separations from service, some new hires, some for the commissioners, some for the jail, sheriff's office, and then a few in the district clerk's office as well. And
Yeah,
so-
we have two in your court?
Mine
Yeah.
just temporary, I just need 2 rules one day for the trial that we have coming up.
Uh-huh.
And then there's another one, I have 3 line items that I can use for, it's contracted services. We don't have workforce anymore, and we won't have it until their new year starts October 1st. So I was gonna see if I could use that to keep the scanning going.
This is coming out of your RMF?
Yes,
Okay.
out of my line.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the personal action report. All in favor? All opposed?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Discuss and act on official bonds.
This is a renewal, isn't it? Correct? Yeah, I make a motion to approve.
Just for a second.
We have a motion and a second to approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Number 7 is, receive monthly payroll report for June 2025. So we got 79 full-time, 28 part-time, and 5 temps.
That's correct, sir. Exactly 112 last month on payroll.
112.
The latter part of that you'll see broken down.
Anybody have any questions about that? If not, we'll go to number 8, discussion and action, approval of the receipt, file listed, specified activity report, Trinity County Debt Service schedule for unit 25.
Good. So the big news is we're still working through on the bank accounts. And so FI is helping us, trying to go back these last 21 years and get this stuff resolved. So that's where we're focused right now, and that's basically 7 days a week right now for all that fun stuff. But they're working day and night trying to get us with some semblance of
I know we was talking about how many accounts we've accumulated over the past. And it looks like those 4 accounts for road and bridge now that CRF accounts. Mine's got $21 in it, some of them don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we can just close those out.
Yeah, exactly. There's actually quite a few that I think will be able to, part of the issue that we're seeing right now is because of the historical side of it, they're having to like bring them back up right now. I guess to clear some of this stuff out in the background, and then we'll be, working hard and heavy to shut a lot of these down.
Yeah, I was looking at, Steve was showing me in the ARPA funds at $300-something thousand and I've been spent
Right.
down there.
No, that's exactly right. There's quite a bit. You'll see there's notes all over this. It's just basically, that's why I'm caveating this whole piece right here, just saying, hey,
Still don't show my FEMA account on this.
Right.
Accounts.
there's quite a bit of moving pieces still on that piece, so, I wish I had a better answer for you at this point, but, we are working, trying to get that resolved and caught up to where we can have an accurate report
Now,
for you to see.
the ARPA has got to be separate,
Right.
and the FEMA, what we get from FEMA has got to be separate, am I right?
Right, we are gonna keep those
For
separate.
y'all's track.
Right.
But then our regular savings,
Right.
we have it, so we're gonna have to have at least 3 accounts
Right.
per precinct.
And so
I
we
guess
can,
at the end of next year, that ARPA council will, we're gonna have it spent by the end of 26, so
Yeah.
that's 3 or 4 accounts that will.
sure.
But these 4 that's got $20 in them, can't y'all go ahead and just close them out?
As soon as we have a good understanding of all the moving pieces in the background, then yes, we'll be working to consolidate and close out as many accounts as we can. And then those that do have a lot of activity in them, we'll be moving to see what we can consolidate more into the fund accounting side instead of just having a different bank account for every thing. So that's,
Speaking of FEMA, more money is supposed to be coming.
Yes.
Because this is just reimbursement money.
Yeah.
That we've already spent to correct the roads and
Right.
stuff, so, yeah, I was just making sure.
We're gonna have to keep those accounts
Yeah. Separate.
separate. Any more questions on that?
I would just comment one more thing, and that is on the interest rate side. We're still kind of holding where we are. I do imagine that by September, those balances start declining some. Big push for the Fed to try to move and lower those interest rates.
What are we at right now?
Right now, we're 4.40% in the majority of our Texas class funds. So that directly mirrors what that Fed funds rate is. And, with a little delta from that, but it just follows that.
I was watching them trying to get them to lower the rate.
But with that being said, the report that came out last week really was counteracting that. So the Fed is maintaining those rates currently where they are. But we'll see what wins out over the next few months to move that. But
There's nothing else, so moved.
A second.
Well, motion and second to approve the receipts file listing. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the next item is number 9, discussion and action on approval of the Texas Parks and Wildlife Grant for Trinity County Park located at the intersection of Highway 94 and Highway 287, known as the Y. Mr. Park, I think you need to speak on
Yeah,
this.
me and, Ms. Vicky had, found a grant for, comes from Parks and Wildlife, but it's for community areas, as in parks, and fixes up different stuff, it fixes up baseball fields, and I sit on the baseball board, Tri-Cities baseball board, and so we found this grant, and it could be a combination, a little bit of the baseball fields, a little bit of the Y area around the pond. So what we discussed and need approval for this to move forward with applying for the grant, it's a 50% match, what they take in kind. On the baseball side, whatever the baseball fields do, as in a new batting cage that they're desperately needing out there, they're going to take care of their 50%, and then we have talked about on the county side of it, putting some 2 or 3, if the grant can afford it, little pavilions around the pond. So people can sit, maybe a picnic table there, they can fish or whatever, concrete. I've got some quotes out there, but they haven't got returned to me, so I don't know exactly how much we're gonna apply for. It'd be up to $150,000, that's the max. But I don't think we're gonna fight for all of it. But with that being said, I'll let her speak if I didn't cover it all, but me, since I sit on the board at Tri-Cities, I don't wanna vote on this, so I'll present it to y'all.
So the grant is for the local parks, and we're considered a small rural area. And one of the things that was brought to my attention when I first started almost 2 years ago, it seems hard to believe, but was that how we needed to include the Y and bring it more family friendly and look at pavilions out there. I know they're looking at a building out there. I know we have the playgrounds out there, and the baseball fields are growing. We also looked at adding roadway, walking trails out there so that they're concrete and better. And the lady that I've been talking to told me there is a grant that comes out in December that would better cover the walkways, and that we should look at building structures with this grant, such as a pavilion. And like I told him, I really would like to hold it to around 50 to 75,000 max, because if we could do 50% of our in-kind service, and then we just like a little bit financial, that would be a great benefit to Trinity County for everybody. We have a fishing derby out there. We have lots of families that still have their family reunions out there, and then during baseball season, there's people out there every single day.
You talking about just applying for 50,000?
Yes, sir.
We haven't got the quotes in for the pavilions, a little small 20 by 20 pavilions, or we're gonna put on the side of the pond. They're supposed to come in sometime this week, and then also, like the Baseball Association wants to do another set of back cages. Then we got 2 back cages out there, and every field, when they have games, every field is full, and then teams are trying to practice and all that. It's just, they need this and another thing they're lacking. So when we get all those quotes in, we know exactly what, what we can.
But we're not going high.
I don't think we're gonna go over 100,000 by no means.
I don't see it going over 70,000 at the max, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more like 50,000 we would apply for.
Hey, Vicky, can the community center be updated in any way with these funds?
Not with this particular one, it cannot, but
One of the
this is one that
stipulations.
they could come in and help with community bathrooms and concession stands, things like that. So if that
One of
was
the
something that the
stipulations
county
there-
wanted to look at, we could even.
Accessible by the public. So we keep the community center locked up, so we couldn't put nothing in there. But they can go visit the pond and fish out there and stuff, or they can go to baseball fields and play or whatever, because they're always open. So that's how we kind of work that together.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, and we're looking for that too. Always.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second to approve it. All in favor? Aye. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Park did not vote on it because he serves on the board at the Y. Okay, number 10, discussion action on the monthly financial report for 2025.
Good morning. Sorry, we got these out a little late. I had them ready Friday, but y'all beat me here and took your packets, so now you need to dig through all this. Okay, so this is going to be representing 9 months of activity now for our fiscal year. This is up to June 30th of 2025. Our overall, we're sitting at 75%, which is where we want to be. We have 3 months left. July, August, and September, so 3 months left. As of June 30th, we have collected 90.38% of our property tax. On page 21, you see our general fund total. Our revenue is at 87 and our expenses 65, which is way under where we want to be. And then page 36, our special funds, our revenue is at 193 and our expenses are at 201. We're well over budget on both of those. So those numbers are kind of high. And then in the middle, you guys have your road and bridge totals.
A question for you, Lacey.
Yes, sir.
At this time last year, what was our percentage? You said we were at 90.5 or whatever collections.
Property tax,
Yeah.
we're at 90.38 right now. I do not know.
What last year's
I can
was it
look
this
for you,
time?
though. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like Warren said, they are working in the background, trying to get some stuff cleared up, so some of our numbers may be different, just depending on that. We have some budget amendments that are starting to pop up that we've been working on, so there are some funds that we're gonna be moving around and stuff soon. We're getting close to the end of the year, so there's gonna be a lot of new activity on these.
Always have to go towards that, the budget.
Yeah, this is my first budget, so I'm like, whoa, it's a lot. It is a lot.
You didn't see anything yet? I don't know.
And I kept telling Bonnie, I was like, my banking brain is not getting this, like, it's opposite from banking, and I'm like, ugh. But we're gonna get it done, it's gonna be fun.
Nobody has any question, I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the monthly report. All in favor? All opposed? Number 11, discuss an act on approval of claims and invoice on disaster relief purchases.
Sorry, these invoices are going to be related to July 3rd through July 16th. We paid out $79,899.13, and on that second page, you can see where those payments went to and what vendors we sent that to.
On the, we never did hear nothing back on that guy from Lufkin, Donald Trump.
No, that's what I'm talking about. I got his number from Steve, and Stephen had no luck calling, and I called him one day, and he answered the phone, and I talked with him, and this was last week. It was supposed to be all of the bids were supposed to be in by Thursday of last week. So I called him, it was like Tuesday, and I got a hold of him, and he kind of acted like he wasn't too interested in it. He said, and I think it was a misunderstanding. You know, we just think, I can't schedule to come just do 3 or 4 loads, you know, on a certain road or something. I said, well, what we talked about was either bring them to our yard, or if we have a whole road, we're gonna work on each one of the trucks. That's kind of all we need to get on. But we're gonna, let me call them, set it up, and get a price, and I'll get a hold of them right back. So I guess he's not too interested in it, so.
Well, we've tried everything.
Yeah, like I said, on this Palmer Enterprises right here, for $12,000, that's the check that I had to go and cancel payments on.
Yes, sir, but as soon as Molly finished payables, she printed this. And so that won't be on there next time. We voided it since, but this was already on there because she did payables and then printed the report and we turned it in.
But I'm still gonna end up buying these, it was just a breakdown of communication between me and him on the day,
Oh,
so
okay.
we're gonna arrange it next week
Okay,
to get them back in.
okay. So we're still gonna just
Yeah.
reissue the check
Yeah.
later? Okay.
I'm just gonna hand deliver him the check.
Okay, that's
when he
fine.
delivers.
That's fine. Okay, I'll make sure Molly knows. So, will they re-invoice us or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve these.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the invoices. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
Larry.
ma'am. The next item is receive monthly report from Trinity County Sheriff's Department. Or we still got the 4 jailers?
I'm sorry. What was that?
We still got the 4 jailers that we hired for that variance, and after we lost the variance, they still got them on, or?
We were looking at some stuff on that, and I don't feel like they're overstaffed by any means in that department. Basically, we went through and looked at everything. It looks like where they were last year, actually, before hiring. So I think they're, where they're supposed to be actually on that side.
I don't see how that could even be close to right, when we had a variance for 15 inmates and we had to hire 4 jailers to comply, and now we're back down to the 7, and we still got the same amount of jailers. I mean, that's my understanding.
Well, why don't you stop by after court and we'll show you where we actually went through for the last 2 years and picked up every
There's been a
employee.
lot of turnover. I mean, It
Yeah,
seems
I
like
think
there has
that's-
been,
It has been a lot of turnover.
so maybe it's, just couldn't keep the staff. That'd be the only explanation.
Does anybody have any questions on the sheriff's department report?
How do we?
Okay, we'll move on then. Next item of business is discussion and action on approval of the reports for the month of June 2025 of the Justice of the Peace, County Extension Agent, Constable, County Clerk, District Clerk, County Attorney, Sheriff's Office, Tax Assessor, Community Center, Maintenance 911 address. Miss Nancy Shanafeld, $39,687.87. Lisa, on that Parks and Wildlife bill, I didn't sign it. I won't let Danny sign it when he gets back. Okay, Ms. Mary Wallace, Justice of the Peace Precinct 1, $7,581.50. Crazy.
Sign that first. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Keith Johnson. This is for precinct 2. Judge Stubbs. No, I think this is the error. He signed it and it's got precinct 3. Let's see.
He signed on both of them.
Oh, okay. So this is for 2. It's $4,961.30.
While we have a break talking about precinct 2, the services for Lyle will be Friday at 10:30 at our church. The viewing will be Thursday night from 6 to 8 at the church as well. So just wanted to get that information out to the county. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, precinct 3 is gonna be, Keith Johnson. And his total is, $5,943.50. Judge Steptoe, precinct 4, $4,655.67. Ms. Shasta Bergman, County Clerk, $21,844.50.
Yeah, I should take your hands off the money.
District Clerk, Ms. Jillian Steptoe, $11,474.25. Pretrial diversion fund from the county attorney's office is $32,214.84. Also in that, we have all four of the constables report and the maintenance report and the 911 coordinator report.
You sign that deal.
Oh,
This one.
oh, the hot check fund, I missed it a while ago. So it's, $1,693.46. Here's the total. Keep it. Okay.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the monthly reports. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, number 14, discuss an act on agreement between Tommy Park, Commissioner Precinct 1, and George Kane to access property at 6375 Old Onalaska Road to remove materials to be used on Old Onalaska Road. How do you want to elaborate on that?
Canes are digging, they dug a bunch of rock and fixing a lot of their interior roads out there on their property. And wanted to donate a bunch of rock material to go on Onalaska Road. And I just need permission to go on there. They're gonna load our trucks and come out and put it on county roads.
Well, I think that's a wonderful deal.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. to, approve that agreement. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Is there anything else we need to
He
go
said he
over?
used to live in your precinct, but it comes up better.
That's why I'm blacktopping after he moved.
That's what he said. I'll move out there to Blacktops Road.
Stay around.
Anybody have anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We got a motion, second to adjourn, all in